house, Julian Placino, and Foster Williams, the job father.
Career search at City Works. Career search at City Works. Come on, man. Y'all making me. Give us your comments on LinkedIn Live. Jake Melton in the house. No. Tell us, Foster, what's it about?
Ooh, yeah, no.
Hey, welcome to the Who You Know Job Networking Show. Where what you know is important.
Right.
But who you know
yes,
can make all the difference in your job search.
Yes, sir.
It's your boy Trevor Houston in the house. We got some very special guests with us today. We're super excited. Dimitri.
Hello.
Dimitri Antoniou.
Close enough.
Oh, man, I messed
help
it
us
up.
out. Tell
Antoniou.
Antoniou. I like that even better.
He's from Boston.
I am from Boston.
Smart Park.
Yeah, I got that smart park back up in Boston.
The smart park. He parked it and then he unparked it.
Yeah, in the harbor, in the yard. Parked it everywhere.
Oh, man, love it. So, Dimitri, thank you for being with us today. We also got Tom Hulsey. Am I saying that right?
You are.
Yeah,
Hulsey.
you got that.
All right. Super excited to have you here with us today. We're going to talk about mindset. We're going to talk about who you know. We're going to talk about connections, all kinds of good stuff. We got a lot of content for you today. But before we do this, we always like to bless the show and our audience with a prayer. So, Foster, will you do us the honors, please?
I will be more than glad to do that. Before we do, guys, we have a wonderful networking angel out there, and her name is Sonia Davenport. She and her husband, Adam, they give presentations all the time to the network. We, unfortunately, to brain cancer, have lost Adam yesterday, and day before yesterday. And so we want to have a moment of silence. During that silence, you guys say a quick prayer. Remember, many of you guys know Sonia. She has helped thousands of us in job search. So we want to do that. So a moment of silence right now. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Sonia, for what you do. Thank you, Adam, for what you do. Done. Still living with us here in our mind. You don't go anywhere, man. We keep you alive spiritually. That's honestly the way things happen. So let's go into prayer. Father God, we are all job seekers, and we are looking for that next opportunity that you have for us. Teach us how to depend on you during this time that we're pulling our hair out. You see my head. And during this time, teach us the things that you want us to know so that we'll be ready when we get that opportunity, when you make it come alive, and then remind us when we have our jobs to turn to you for our answers and how to perform those things that you've blessed us with. We thank you for all these things in Jesus Christ's mighty name. Amen.
Amen. Absolutely.
All right. Hey, I've got another quick announcement. So it's your other co-host, Mark Elder and Foster Williams.
Yeah.
You've got that little arrow down at the bottom of your video screen there. And there's a word next to it that says share. Sharing is caring. Go ahead and click on that button. Go ahead and mash it. Mash that button.
Mash that button.
Share it to your network.
You know what? Real quick, though, let's check in with our audience. So we've got a really good audience with us here today. Cash. What's going on, Cash? Michelle Barnett, how are you? We got Aaron Marks, Andy Cook. Tammy, how are you? Good to see you. Gary, what's going on?
Dracopoulos.
Ladina
we got
Piper.
another Greek out there.
We got another Greek name out there.
Michelle Jones, Cherishell, Eileen, Ernie Vanderlees. Good to see you here with us, guys. We appreciate
Ernie is
you.
the man, 50 grand.
We want to give you a quick shout out. So check in with us if you're tuning in and tell us where you're tuning in from. So Ladina Piper says, #Louisville. Good to see you there. Also put in the comments section what you are searching for. So, #IT, project management, QA, accounting and finance, whatever it is.
Accounting and finance. I see my main man, Eugene Clay. What's going on, Gene?
Yeah. Greg Krause in the
Laura
house.
Poole. Yes, Monday night, Laura Poole. Booyah.
Yes, we absolutely love our audience. Thank you so much for being with us today. We've got a lot of great content for you. We're excited about Let's go real quick, though, to some different events and different things that are going on out in the network. So, Foster, we know about...
We know John Hamer. Hey, John, you're listening. I told you to listen to us a while ago. John, you landed a job.
Oh.
You landed a contract at Verizon, my old company,
all
Verizon.
Hey,
Maybe I need to go back to work there.
can we see some hands on LinkedIn for John, guys? He just landed.
Yeah.
Congratulations to you. Hands on LinkedIn for John. Congratulations to you. What I was talking about, Foster, was events, though.
Oh, I jumped the gun.
Yeah, you jumped,
I
but
was
it's
so
cool.
happy about Hamer.
I know.
That's awesome.
That-
It
I
took
mean-
him a while.
Yeah, well, hey, sometimes it does that.
Yeah, John, I mean, you're my friend. That's probably why it took you so long.
Yeah, that might be it.
It probably had something to do with it. Yeah.
Events. So I know we've got South Lake Focus Group, which
Right.
is tomorrow. They were actually closed last week, right?
Yeah, we had inclement weather, and it's rare the South Lake Focus Group is not there.
They don't shut those doors
They don't shut
for
those
just
doors.
anything. So
Frisco Connect Tuesday.
yes,
Hey, what did I say?
Uh,
Frisco Connect Tuesday. Did I say that?
Frisco
Tuesday.
Connect Tuesday.
Frisco Connect Tuesday. Oh, my God.
Tuesday.
Well, real quick. So Frisco Connect is every first and third Tuesday.
Yes.
Make sure you know that.
Yes.
South Lake Focus Group is every Thursday.
8 o'clock in the morning, South Lake.
So if you're not familiar with all these different groups that we're talking about, please put in the comments section. Maybe you're new, okay? That's okay. Maybe you just started your job search.
Right.
And you're not familiar with Frisco Connect. You're not familiar with South Lake Focus
South Lake
Group.
Focus Group.
These are career ministries that are here around. They're groups that really help plug you in, get you involved in the community. They bring in resources.
Companies that are looking to hire, all
Yep.
kinds of stuff. You know?
All kinds of stuff. So please check in with us if you're new and you don't know, like, where do I start?
Yeah.
I just started my job search. I have no idea what
That's
to do.
how you start. Go to put some gas in your car now while it's cheap, and go go to one cheaper.
Well, check in with us for sure. We definitely want to know. So let's see who we got here. Tammy says #management.
Tammy Dracopoulos, is that Dracopoulos?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Gregory's from Denton. Good to see you. Let's see. Tara Shell says project management, product manager. Guys, we do have recruiters that watch the show and actually hire from the comments. So it's super
Absolutely.
important that you put what you're looking for right there. This is visibility.
Yeah.
It's about being visible in your search.
Hey, there's John actually in the comments.
John, congrats,
Hammer's in the
man.
comments. Hey, John.
Hey,
Man. Everybody say congratulations to
Gary
John.
Gilmore. Hey, congratulations, John.
Congratulations.
Man, that's awesome.
Going to my company, man. Tell me what's going on at my old place, man. I got to keep up with these people.
Yeah. Hey, also, appreciation. Guys, I want you to show appreciation
Gracie
right
dog.
now for anybody who has made an impact in your search, anybody that has helped you, inspired you, encouraged you,
Yeah.
lifted you up, whether they got you the job or not. If there's somebody that's coming to mind when I'm saying these words, I want you to tag them, right? And the way
Honestly,
you tag,
yeah.
if you've never tagged somebody before and you're like, how do I tag somebody? Type the @ symbol and then start typing their name. Tag them in the comments section. They need to know how much you appreciate them, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do like Aaron
Fanny.
Marks just did.
Yes.
Fanny
Fanny.
is our lady. Yeah.
Everybody
you,
tag
Fanny.
Fanny. If you know Fanny Dunnigan, if Fanny Dunnigan
Yeah.
has made an impact in your world, tag her.
Dimitri is on our show because he knows Fanny.
Yes, thank you, Fanny.
Yes. Fanny Dunnigan is thebomb.com. She's the
Yes.
bomb bomb. And then, Tom, we were introduced by Casey Haston, right?
Yes.
And
So
I
thi-
met Tom years ago.
This is a Who You Know show,
It is.
It is.
right?
It
We
is.
like you guys are here today because of
Who we know.
you know.
Who y'all know?
Isn't that amazing? I love that. So very, very cool.
That's the most important facet of the job search is to get out amongst people. You know what? God works through people. So if that's the case, okay, I'll let y'all figure it out.
Yeah, you might want to go talk to somebody. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly.
I have a quick announcement that I wanted to bring up, and let's see. I know my screen share has been a little bit wonky, but let me see if we can pull this into the stream. This was an
Mandor
email that I got back from Brooke Birdsong. Okay,
Oh yeah.
and if you see there, what do you guys see in that video, or what do you see there? You see a video, right?
There's Brooke.
Right? There's her
Hey,
lovely
Brookie.
face, right? So, guys, what this is we were working with Brooke, and she'd come through the workshop, and we had seen her over at Dallas HR. We actually did a presentation down there of rehumanizing your job search and using this tool to send in a personal thank you video after your interviews, okay? So not just your regular thank you note, but a thank you video. And she did such a phenomenal job, guys. This is the type of response. I'm going to scroll down here. Here's the response that came back. Hi, Brooke. Wow. With an exclamation mark, okay?
Yeah.
All right, that exclamation mark's important. I'll talk about that in a second.
3 of them.
The best thank you with literally bolded and highlighted I've ever received from a candidate, exclamation mark. Love the additional information, and it's clear you get it. Melissa will be reaching out early next week if she hasn't already. Have a great weekend. So, guys, that is awesome. What a great she said it was okay for me to share that. Like,
yay, Brookie.
That's the type of results that if you use BombBomb correctly, this is the tool that we teach in our workshop. If you're doing that, those exclamation marks are super important. What that means is they're trying to show the same energy through the screen that you just shared with them through the video, right? But all they have is plain black and white text, right? So what do they have? They have an exclamation mark. Did she actually, hold on, let me go back to that. Did she use an emoji?
She have an emoji?
She used an emoji.
Ooh.
Look, she used an emoji, guys. Look, what came back was a smiley face.
It's blushing, too.
It's blushing. Like, guys, that's the type of response. So my question to you is, if you're in the job search right now, and you're in the black hole, right? You've applied online, and your resume is just getting lost.
Yep.
And you're not hearing anything back. Like, and you want to rehumanize your job search. You want responses like that. You need to come to our workshop. You need to. You have to. Every Monday, 1 to 5, Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters. We're going to teach you how to do exactly what she just did.
Don't be scared.
Yeah, don't be scared. It's a fun environment. It's at Cowboys World. Come on, Jerry Jones World.
Yeah,
World.
you get
Now, I do want to talk about this real quick, though. This is something that has been kind of weighing heavy on me. We've had a couple of experiences where some people showed up a little bit late. And when I say late, I mean like an hour late.
Yeah.
And we had to politely decline them coming in. Right. And it really actually weighs on me because I'm not here to turn anybody away. Like, I really don't want to do that. But when you show up that late, it kind of interrupts the entire flow. Like, there's a whole hour that you've already missed. And so one of the things I think is super important in business and in life is like clear expectations, next steps, instructions. You know who's the best at this? Amazon. All right, I want you to think about Amazon. I'm going to paint a picture for you. Amazon, when you go and you purchase something, right?
Right.
Like, you have clear next steps, you know the price, you know what you're buying, you got pictures. As soon as you purchase it, you get an email reminder, confirmations, you know when it's coming, when it's on the way.
Yeah.
You even get a picture as soon as it arrives at your front door.
Wow.
Right?
Yep.
Why are they doing all of that? Why do they do that? It's to give a good client experience. On the other end, it's to paint a really good client experience so that they know what to expect. Expectation. Otherwise, they're going to have a bad experience when they're sitting there going, "Where's my package? Where's my package?" Right? It's to alleviate a lot of that. So when you sign up and register for our workshop, we have the same thing. We've got next steps. We've got instructions. You're going to get email reminders. You get text reminders. Guys, all I'm trying to point a picture is follow that stuff. Don't be the person that shows up an hour late because you didn't check your email or you didn't look at your text message or you
at
just
least
didn't
let us know you're not coming, guys.
We do all of that stuff simply to give you a good experience. We want you to have a great experience when you come. We don't want you to like walk in late and people are looking at you crazy and you didn't bring what you were supposed to bring and you know what I mean? And now you're feeling like everybody you have the wrong mindset when you walk into the place. So that's something that's been weighing heavy on me that I wanted to paint a picture of is please just follow instructions, right?
Right.
First impression is everything.
Yeah.
Well, that ties in with my saying, right? 2 things that you can control.
Yep.
Your attitude
and activity.
Your attitude, right, is all about
definitely that.
Is all about you internally. Just like when I was in the military, in the Air Force, right? There were people that
I was like, where you got the haircut?
They had the exact same experience, right? Everybody had pretty much the exact same experience.
Right.
Some people had a really good experience.
Right.
Some people had a really bad experience based upon their attitude.
Yeah.
And their perspective.
Well, and also what I would think, attitude, and perspective, what you said, Bingo, you said it. Your perception, your expectations. Like, think about that. Let's say to your point, Mark, I'm going to the military, and I don't know what to expect, right? Or maybe I think it's going to be a cakewalk. And I get there, and I'm like, oh, man, they got this guy yelling in my face, and forget this guy.
Yep.
He can't tell
This
me
is
what
horrible.
to do.
Yeah.
This sucks. I'm not here for that, right? Like, it's all about expectations.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what the importance of those instructions are, is to give you a good experience,
Uh-huh.
right? So that you know what to expect. You get there on time. You know, you're not late. You're not lost. We get a lot of people that get lost, and I'm like, how are you getting lost? I have a video instructions that literally walks you through how to walk in the building. And I'm like, how did you get lost?
I'm
They
in
didn't
my
s-
50s.
they didn't look
it's
at
still
it.
hard.
Yeah, and you know, please, listener audience, don't take this the wrong way, but we have had the discussion, Trevor and I, and this I'm sure has come up talking with Foster too. At
Oh,
times.
yeah, you know I always bring up stuff.
But there are people who are in the career transition or in a job search for a reason, and that reason for some may be in large part internal.
Mhm.
Right? They're in. There's a reason that they're in the search, and part of it may be themselves. Now, the beautiful part of that story is you can change that dynamic.
Totally.
You can grow from that, but it's again perception, attitude.
Perception's reality. Like, perception is reality. And when you walk, again, if you're not following instructions and you walk into a place, a facility or whatever, your perception is it's wrong. It's bad. It's negative. It'd be the same thing if Amazon, again, I go back to Amazon. If Amazon gave you an email that said, hey, you know what? There was a delay in your shipping, right? There was a delay. Your package won't be there today. It's going to be there tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
But you're sitting there waiting for it today, you know? And your perception is this is late, right? Your perception is, oh, no, this is late. I didn't get it. I'm upset. I'm mad.
4-letter words come out.
Right? But no, wait. We gave you a notification saying, hey, I'm sorry, there was a delay. Something happened. Like, we had an experience with our workshop where we changed rooms. We actually,
Yeah.
we changed rooms. And so what did I do is I
Made
wanted
communication.
Yep,
Yeah.
I wanted to communicate out, hey, and here, matter of fact, not only we changed rooms, but here's instructions on how to get to the new room.
Mm-hmm.
But we had a lot of people go to the old room.
No,
All right? Anyway.
Another thing I want to bring up too, Michelle Barrett. Thank you so much, Michelle. You are awesome. We love you.
Michelle's been with us for 12 years.
Oh yeah, Michelle's awesome. So, to her point, that's another thing that we should mention, right? And it's not just us; it's in life. If there's something where there's an expectation that you're going to be there, and you've actually probably gone through the registration process to be there, and you don't show up, you know, for some things it's like, whatever, right? There's nobody depending on you being there. There's no ramifications of you not being there. But for certain things, our workshop, for example, you know, we have had times where, and I get it, emergencies happen. But when there's no call, no shows, and things
Yeah.
like that, I mean, and that's the point that Michelle is taking, that prevents somebody else from getting the help.
Right. Yeah, just
Oh,
courtesy. Like, I really want to say this, and I really mean it from the bottom of my heart. We are here to help people. We are here to make an impact in their
Totally.
world.
Yeah.
It hurt me when I heard that someone came an hour late, right, and we had to turn them away, right, because we're in the middle of the workshop. I'm not even involved in that decision, like, but they got turned away, and that hurt me. And I'm like, I'm not here to turn people away,
Right.
right? But, man, and what you're saying is, like, just courtesy. You know, if somebody would have called and said, hey, you know what, I can't make it at that time. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm going to be a little bit late. I'd have been like, hey, cool.
Yeah, come
That's
on
fine.
in.
Or we can reschedule or whatever, you know. Or if you're not going to show, or maybe you get that interview. Totally cool. We want you. Like, you get that interview, I'm going to celebrate you. That's awesome. Just tell us, hey, I can't make it. Because we only have 20 spots available, and we stay booked up week after week after week. And so what happens is you prevent somebody else from being there who could get the help, right? So anyways, I didn't want to go down a rabbit hole on that. I just thought it was pretty important. It's just a kind of a life thing. It's about expectations, perception.
We're in the job search. What do these companies expect, guys?
Oh, yeah. And these companies, I'm going to put it back on them. The companies need to do a better job of painting a good client experience, right? For the job
Absolutely.
seekers. Because right now, like,
Absolutely.
just tell them. Just tell the job seeker where they're at. Like, quit messing around. Quit ghosting these job seekers. Like, I love that Michael Goldberg stood up at TalentNet, standing up for the job seekers. You guys need to give a shout out to Michael Goldberg because he got up there at TalentNet and he said, how many of you, be honest, he said, everybody be honest. If you're a recruiter and you've ghosted a candidate before, raise your hand. And every single hand went up. Right? Everybody's being honest with themselves.
Yeah.
And he said, stop doing that.
Yeah.
And he got real passionate, and he's like, stop doing that.
Yeah.
You're ruining experiences. Like, imagine you get ghosted by Toyota. You think you want to go buy a Toyota? No.
Ooh,
That's
my
hurting
goodness.
the brand.
Ooh, I slipped up and drove onto the Nissan lot. Oops. Oops.
Yeah. But you get what I'm saying. It's hurting the brand as a whole when you do these things in the hiring
You never know.
space. Like, people need clear expectations. They need to know what to expect. Okay. I talked way too much.
I love these comments because everybody's like, "Dang, I was late. Sorry."
Oh.
Like Tommy commented, Marty Upton said, "Ooh man, I joined the wrong show today to be late."
Oh, man.
Hey, we got the paddle out, baby, today. It's got holes in
We
it.
we love you guys. We love you guys.
Yeah, we're not trying to put you on the blast or nothing.
No,
Hey,
yeah,
guys,
we did.
Matter of fact, we got to cut the break, so don't go anywhere. When
We'll
we
be back.
come back, we got Dimitri in the house. Stay tuned. All right, guys, y'all need to check out our partners over at wearevip.com. Casey Haston
Yes.
and her podcast, actually, she's got the We Are VIP podcast, which is super cool. She's going to help you with your accounting and finance needs over there.
And holla out to Eric Forster.
Oh, yeah. Great folks over there. So make sure you connect with them and connect with Casey Haston. Let her know that you heard of
And
from
Alice
her.
Schroeder.
And Allie Schroeder, too. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Make sure you
Roll Tide. Not really. Russell, are you listening? Don't comment, man.
Wow.
All right, next up we got the
Squirrel.
workshop. We have the Who You Know workshop that is weekly, every Monday from 1 to 5 p.m. You guys cannot miss that. If you're in the job search, this is a must attend, because if you're like most of the other job seekers out there or people that are in career transition, you may be able to identify being stuck in the black hole. This workshop is designed to teach you how to get yourself out of the black
Get
hole,
out
how
of
to
there.
differentiate yourself, how to stand out head and shoulders above your competition in the job race. So
Matter of fact, if you've been to the workshop and you loved it, you enjoyed it, you thought it was a great experience, put hashtag workshop
Hashtag
in
workshop.
the
Share.
comment section. Just do that right now.
Now, where is the workshop? The workshop is at the Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters, the training facility at the Star in Frisco.
Super Bowl champs.
Super Bowl.
And there's all kind of restaurants over there. It's good,
You
too.
do have to register, so be sure that you register for the event. And again, like we were talking about earlier, if you can't make it, no problem. Just
All good.
let us know. That's all good. But be there. It's a very special event, and you will actually have the ability to network with everybody, and we have a nice little happy hour for you at the
Nice
end.
little happy hour.
Oh, yeah. Real nice.
Uh-huh.
Your opportunity awaits.
That's right.
Opportunity awaits. Oh, look at that radio show. The Who You Know Job Network show. Sponsoring all these things that we're talking about. What we're going to talk about next. Jewish Family Services. You guys need to know Mitch Jacobs and Allison Harding. They offer all kinds of training courses and teaching you guys the very components of your job search, guys. And they're over on, is that Montfort Road that they're on?
Man.
I believe it is.
I believe it is. Over in Dallas, of course, guys, over in the Addison area, and they have been around for years. And it's not primarily for Jewish people. It is for the whole community.
The whole community.
So go check it out, guys. Get to know those guys. They teach LinkedIn. They have things for some of us job seekers that are my age. We won't say what age that is. And you'll find out that it's not a black hole for you out there if you use it right.
Yeah. Now, in April, we've got Video Marketing World coming up. You definitely do not want to miss this event. So super excited because we're going to have the author of Rehumanize Your Business, Ethan Butte, the product that we teach in our workshop called Bomb Bomb.
Boom, boom.
We just
Bomb, bomb.
showed you an example of how this works, okay? And he's going to be there teaching this. Now, this is not just for job seekers. I do want to let you know that. This is for business owners, entrepreneurs, anybody that's building a business, and anybody that's in sales, right? You need to be at this event. Now, I want you, for you job seekers that are listening, if you've ever heard your job search is like sales? Have you ever heard that?
Oh, yeah.
It is. You got to market yourself. You got to sell yourself, right? And this event is going to teach you how to do that and how to do it effectively with video. How are you going to get noticed? How are you going to get viewed? And I'm going to tell you right now, Video Marketing World is a great way to do that. We also have, that's Ethan Butte right there. He's the Rehumanize. Look at that. Rehumanize. Yo, job search. You get a $200 off coupon code INSIDER. Also, you know what? Recruiters. Companies like we saw a ton of recruiting agencies that were there. High profile staffing was there last year.
Oh yeah.
Because guess
Hey,
what?
Bronwyn.
What do you think they're doing? They're trying to market their business too.
Video.
They're trying to bring it to market, and they're using video to do that. So guys, make sure you come out. And again, $200 off coupon code with Insider.
Yep.
So
competitive advantage.
let's talk to our audience real quick. We got a great audience. Mike Ray, Marty Upton, what's going on? I see a lot of hashtag workshops up in this.
Lisa Lowry posted some jobs that she had available, so you guys check out what Lisa just said.
Lisa, how are you? Good to see you with us. Tom, how are you doing? Christian Torres. Man, we got a great audience with us. I want you to, again, put a hashtag what you're searching for. So put, IT, project management, QA, accounting and finance, whatever you're looking for. I want you to go ahead and put that in the comments section.
Recruiters are watching the show, guys.
Oh, we got Meg Rose with us. She says, hi, guys, miss you.
Hey,
we miss
Meg
you too,
Rose.
man.
Hey, Meg Rose. MRQ is what I call her. MRQ. Meg Rose Quintero.
Now, there was a comment in here earlier. I was trying to find it. Somebody said, how do I get to the workshop? So what you want to do is up in the description of this video, you'll see at the very top it says see more. You're just going to click on that. There's a link in there for our digital business card, which has all the information that you need to get to all of our events, our workshop. We give out free professional headshots. We do a lot of stuff for the community. So make sure you check that out, and you can register there.
Hey,
All
Miss
right.
Gretchen Collins, I talked to your son yesterday for a while.
Oh, there you go. All right, guys.
back.
Now,
Texas
we are
Tech
back.
Track.
We are back with
All
the Who
right.
You Know Job Networking Show,
Where what you know is important.
because who you know,
Who you know will make all the difference.
we're a little squirrel today.
We're a little squirrel every Wednesday.
That's true. We're back. We got a very special guest with us, Dimitri. I'm just going to call you Antonio.
That's okay.
Antonio?
Yeah, close enough.
Antoniou.
Antoniou.
Antoniou. There it is.
That's the Boston
That's
pronunciation.
That's the smart pot
The
pronunciation.
smart
right there.
pie. The smart pie. Oh, I'm going to have fun with this interview. This is
Yeah,
going to be
let's see
fun.
what happens.
Super excited to have you here with us. You are with Codeup, and you were introduced to us by the lovely Fanny Dunnigan, so I'm so excited to have you here. Tell us about Codeup, what you guys offer. You've got some program that, and even an event, a class coming up soon, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Thanks, Trevor.
Uh-huh.
So Codeup, we're a
Codeup.
San Antonio-based career accelerator. We offer 20-week immersive trainings in software development and data science.
Ooh.
And we help people transition careers. So all of y'all out there who are thinking about something different, maybe wanting to switch into IT, thinking about learning to code, you can come to Codeup, do an immersive hands-on learning style with our instructional staff for 20 weeks, and then we actually help you get a job. And we have a 100% job refund guarantee. If you don't get a job out of the program in field within 6 months, we'll give you 100% of your tuition back.
Oh, wow.
That is awesome.
Wow.
That's pretty bold.
So
there.
20 weeks?
20 weeks.
Dang, that's like intensive. Talk to me about the time. Like, I'm in class, I'm learning. Is it hands-on, or is it computer-based too? So can I be at home learning some of this stuff? Or?
Nope, we do fully immersive in-person instruction.
Nice.
And it's 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. We find that immersive approach is the best way to learn something like coding and software development. It's more like an old school trade. If you're learning to be a blacksmith, you got to apprentice and
Yeah.
trade, and you do that every day.
Right.
It's like learning to play an instrument. So we're here doing that in class with our instructional staff who are experienced software developers, teaching you to code. They're lecturing you on content, and then you're practicing, doing exercises, building out a project portfolio so you can have a public-facing portfolio. You guys know how important that is, but particularly in the development world. And then you actually finish out with a 2.5-week immersive capstone project. You build and deploy a full-stack application from scratch. So you make your own, like Facebook or Yelp, something like that.
What?
You go through a professional development portfolio curriculum as well with our placement team, who does a lot of work like you guys do. We connect you with employer partners that come on site to interview, and on average, our grads are placed in 2.1 weeks post-graduation with a 99% employment rate.
Wow.
Man, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
That's really cool, because what I like about that, I was just talking about this today actually with one of our internal product consultants. And we were talking about training, right? And how important, I believe, for me, classroom style, face-to-face, like hands-on training is. And a lot of the industries are going to like this computer-based stuff and like do it at home, do it on your own pace, which is nice because it adds convenience.
It's different, though.
But it is totally different. Like, I zone out. I really have a hard time learning. I'd love to hear from the audience. Do you prefer learning? Where do you perform better? Do you perform better like web-based at home at your own leisure, or do you perform like best with that face-to-face, hands-on intensive training? Like, I would love to hear from the audience
Real
on that.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so if I could jump in on that,
Yeah.
something we see is that doing online training is a great way to get your feet wet. It's a great way to understand what is coding, what is web development.
Right.
But the moment you want to go from an introduction to developing expertise, so you actually find employment, that's when having the hands-on learning from experienced professionals becomes really, really important.
Right.
Particularly because something like software development, the most important thing we teach you in the program is how to think like a software developer, how to problem solve and answer your own bugs and get through the software development cycle. And if you don't have somebody there who knows those kinds of questions and barriers they've worked through, you're stuck banging your head against the wall.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, it's kind of like, if you want to learn how to fly a plane, you got to get in there, right?
You got to do it.
Yep.
You
It's
can't
like,
just learn
in
it
that
through a book.
cockpit.
You can't
Yeah.
read a book. And
no
then
matter
be like,
how
I'm a
much how much Chef's Table I watch, I'm not a gourmet chef, and it's like that for software development. You can't just sit at home watching YouTube.
That's true.
I watch
Yeah.
worst cooks in America or whatever, and I think I did get worse. So
Wow.
Yeah, it's not like Smart Pack. You can't
Yeah,
just
it's not
press
like
the
You can't
button.
just press the. It's not
Nah.
the smart pack.
Nah.
Wow.
Hey, by the way, I got a jingle for you guys for your branding.
Let's hear it.
Bum 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 bum
No.
bum 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 bum. Codeup.
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 Eugene Clay, you hear this lameness?
Well, okay, guys. If
Look,
y'all
I'm not
don't
going to give you
know,
royalties. We might use
No,
that.
yeah.
Though.
that was ludicrous. Okay.
Yeah.
Our
The real
Okay.
pronunciation.
Here's what I'm really curious is if any of our audience knows ludicrous. I don't think the demographic of our
No,
audience
you
really.
know, our
probably, yeah.
demographic
No,
is
they're
probably
like-
going to be a little weak on that.
I might have just gone deep there.
Yeah, but everybody should go on top of learning how to
Elizabeth
build a
Daniel
resume.
does that.
Go Google Ludacris after
ED.
the show.
Yeah, go Google ludicrous. Oh, they would know him from the Fast and the Furious movies.
Yeah.
There you
Oh,
go.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Talking about Luda.
Anyways, wow. Okay, that was a squirrel moment, but
Totally.
it was a funny one. Okay, cool. So they go through the program, 20 weeks, intensive,
Mm-hmm.
hands-on, and then afterwards I get to be introduced and vetted really to employers, and they're looking at like, I want these guys. This is where I want to go to hire people because these people know what they're doing because they went through your training.
Yep, not even after. Actually, halfway through the program, you
Whoa.
start working with our professional development team.
Oh.
And then before you even graduate, you're interviewing with employers like Cognizant, USAA, Oracle, HEB, SWBC. That's why we came to Dallas. We've been in San Antonio for 6 years, and we came to Dallas because last year, Cognizant and USAA from Dallas came out and hired
Cognizant.
20 employees from us, 20 software developers. They couldn't
Dang.
find them locally. So then we followed the spiders, so to speak, and started training locally. So it's even before you graduate, they come on site.
Guys, I want y'all to listen to that. So 10 weeks in, right, you're already in the process with these employers. Like, you're halfway through the program, you're already in.
You're starting that process. We're out there selling you for you,
Dang.
so that we're bringing in employers. They'll probably start interviewing about 3 or 4 weeks out from graduation. They come over to site. They'll sit in a conference room. They'll interview a class of candidates, and they'll pick their top 5, and then boom, you're placed before graduation.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
Now, here, there's 2 things there, right? Number one, you're already getting trained as one of the most in-demand career fields right now, full stack development.
Full stack at
And
that.
then you got, on top of that, you got advocates working for you as part of that program. Man, that is phenomenal. That you guys, if you are going that direction, this sounds like a great program.
Yeah, and so I'm thrilled to be on here today because we actually connected at the perfect time. We're starting our first Dallas class on February 24th. We still have seats available for it. And because of the connections, the who you know through Fannie, we wanted to give a special job transition scholarship to everybody listening to the show right now.
Man, thank you so
who
much
you
for
know, $1,000 off your tuition. So that's
Whoa.
$1,000 in your pocket, keeping home. We'd love to talk to you guys if you're thinking about a transition, maybe thinking about web development or career in IT. And as a thanks to you guys for hosting us and to everybody out there doing the job search, hopefully that can help you.
Wow.
Man, hey, give me a high five on that.
Yeah.
And hold on. This is a drop the mic
That's
moment.
a mic drop.
Oh,
off.
man,
Yep.
just
Matt?
take that over
Yep,
there and just drop it.
Drop
Literally, just
it.
drop that mic.
That's it.
Always wanted to do
baby.
that.
Yeah,
Nice
just drop that
drum
mic.
drop.
Yeah,
Just drop that
yep.
mic.
Boom.
There you go.
Wow, that felt so much better than I imagined it to. That was great.
Guys, can we get some hands on LinkedIn
Yeah,
for
you
that?
guys get some
Let's get
hands.
some
You
hands.
need some hands
yeah.
on LinkedIn. That's $1,000 scholarship for this program, which they're going to teach you. They're going to hands-on put you through this program. 20 weeks later, man, you got a job. I like that.
Yeah.
You sounded like you were from Boston there when you said scholarship.
Scholarship?
Yeah, get that
Scholarship.
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 With the
Hey, you know what the
smart
best
pack.
part of my day is?
What's that?
Getting to talk to you about scholarships.
Dimitri, I like you. You back? You can come back anytime.
Yeah,
you guys
Dimitri, we
wanna
got to
come?
have Dimitri back.
All right, I'm
right?
down.
Yeah, that's so
Laura
cool.
Bates, you hear that? We had a wonderful conversation a while ago, and thank you for linking with me, Laura.
Hey, lapel pin, tell me about that.
Oh, okay. So
Yep.
anybody
yeah.
ever heard of rubber duck debugging?
Nope.
No.
All right, so all our IT professionals out there, that's a practice in software development where you basically talk out your problem out loud and your brain processes it differently. So the moment you actually say your problem out loud, you oftentimes come to your own solution. And that came from a practice in software development so you wouldn't waste two people's times. So they actually keep rubber ducks on their desks. You pick it up, you look, a little crazy, but you're talking out your code and
I
your
look
bug.
crazy anyway.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we knew that already.
You look like a
Standard.
rubby ducky. Look at you
That's
with your
standard.
yellow.
I know, I'm all yellow and stuff. Did you?
Yeah,
like a
she
rubber
be our
duck.
Have
mascot.
flack, you know what I'm saying?
But yeah, so the rubber duck became our mascot. His name is Cody. Get it?
Cody.
Cody the duck.
Wow.
And you'll see the duck around town.
That is so funny. I love that. That's
Yeah.
awesome. You also, the hair man, digging it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also a
yeah,
program
yeah,
requirement. Everybody's
Yeah.
required to.
Yeah, requirement.
No.
I would fail that.
Yeah, with the man bud and everything.
Yeah.
You got it going on.
I
man.
just figured I'd try to embody as many, stereotypes at once as I could for the young tech industry.
love it. Y'all have,
Thank you.
you guys have like ping pong tables over there too?
Oh, come on. We don't have that. We do have cold brew and beer on tap, but we don't have a ping pong table, okay?
Oh,
man.
man.
All right.
You guys got Blue Moon with an orange and
You want to
stuff?
come downtown and find out?
Corona with a lime?
Whatever you want.
I'm Hispanic, so I have to have it. I got a lime with
All
my
right,
Corona.
Corona with lime.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hey, we may have
hear
to do
that?
an event over there.
Yeah,
We
it's
were
called
talking-
a happy hour.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
No,
You guys should do a
Square.
workshop over here. Come bring your job seekers over. We'll do a workshop.
Love it. That's what I'm talking about.
squared and code.
Hey, so we got a viewer question here. What is the language that's in high demand right now? Is Java Python? Is it something else?
That's a great question.
That's a good question.
I'll have two answers. We teach Java because it's the most widely used back-end object-oriented programming language still in use today.
Yes, it is.
So when we partner with companies like USA and Accenture and Oracle, they want to hire Java developers. That being said, it really doesn't matter what you learn. As long as you're learning a back-end programming object-oriented language,
Yep.
it's more what you learn, the concept. So a loop is a loop. A variable is a variable. You're learning to build software, and what we're giving you is teaching you how to fish, as opposed to giving you some specific language skills. So when you come through the program, you're learning how to learn, how to think like a developer, how to problem solve, and you can go work in PHP, Python, Ruby, .NET, anything you want afterwards. It's just learning syntactical differences.
There's some Ruby still around. Wow.
There's
Syntactical.
Ruby's making a big surge.
Foster,
What?
there's a word for you, syntactical.
Syntactical.
Boom.
Don't ask me to spell it.
What size cage do you need for the Python?
It's roughly 10 by 10 feet.
Did you guys like
It's-
that?
Yeah.
It took a minute.
10 by
Both of
10.
y'all were
10
like,
by 10.
what?
I got it. I used to work in Florida.
Hey,
So
we got another
I get
special
it.
guest here in the comments.
Oh.
Sarah Miller.
Ooh,
Sarah, our
Sarah.
senior admissions
There you
manager
go.
from Codeup. tuning
Catherine
in from
Byers
San
Breeder,
Antonio.
you out there?
There you go. Check out her comment. Interested in that $1,000 scholarship? She's got that link right there.
Hashtag-
Codeup.com.
Hashtag who you know.
Yep,
Codeup.com/apply.
Yeah, don't forget who you
Sorry
know
about that. I
now.
cut you
Yeah.
off.
No, that's all good.
That is awesome. We're super excited to have you, and the program that you guys have is awesome. And I'm going to take you up on that happy hour workshop
Yep.
over at Codeup. We're going to do that.
Yeah, we're gonna code
and
up.
we need to connect you with Andy Cook. She just put a comment in.
What
Java,
Andy say?
Java with Angular and AWS. I have like
Angular.
30 jobs needing that right now.
Oh,
We
there
have
you go.
we have
There
a
you go.
class of 25 graduates in San Antonio who are many willing to relocate. So let's connect.
Boom.
Love that. See, that's
Andy
all,
Cook we had on the show. She's awesome.
She is
A-N-D-I Cook.
Awesome.
This is all about who you know, guys. This is about
That is
connecting,
exactly what it's
networking. This is how things happen.
There it is.
Guys, super excited to have you. Thanks again. Appreciate
Super
you, Dimitri.
duper excited.
Remember to check out codeup.com/apply. Hashtag who you know for that $1,000 scholarship. Class starts on February 24th.
Love it, love it, love it. And don't forget to smart pack.
Smart pie.
Click that.
I watched the
Yeah,
guy.
Smart pack.
I watched the guy on TV.
What you got in the bag?
Wow. Okay, guys, don't go anywhere. We're crazy today.
Yeah, we'll be back. That's a warning.
Yeah, yeah. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, let's go to our audience here. Y'all check out the commercials. We're just going to talk to our audience. Okay.
The audience.
We got Chuck. What's up, Chuck? Man.
Chuck Vanderweel, is he on there?
Yeah.
Chuck's
Yeah.
like, hey, happy hour now. I agree with you, Chuck.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll open
Yep.
that up to
Hey,
your
Linda,
audience.
Linda Moidle.
Lisa Lowry's hollering at Andy Cook. You're awesome, Andy. You are.
Hey guys, I want to try to I want to try to break LinkedIn right now. I'm going to try to break it.
Break it.
Break Microsoft.
Oh, I bet
and
you can
LinkedIn.
do it. I bet you
I'm
can
going
do
to try to do it right now. Okay, here's what I'd like for, almost 200 of you that are watching online right now live. Okay, so imagine if 200 people hit that share button. Ooh, what's going to happen with this stream? It's going to go all over. It's going to go viral, and you're going to help so many people. Think about it. Sharing is caring. We have that saying, help one person every day.
That's how this show is growing, guys. It grows virally.
And with technology nowadays, it's not that hard, actually. All you got to do is hit that share button.
Trevor liked technology.
Yeah.
Christian
Just
Torres.
hit the share button.
Christian Torres.
Christian Torres said it's broke. Is it broke? Is it broke, Christian?
Christian's our placement manager. He works with our
Is
local
he?
employer partner, so he should connect with
Christian,
whoever
connect
is
with
hiring
me,
job
Foster
developers.
Williams.
There you go.
Yeah.
We also want to give you a
Tommy
shout out.
Lindsay in the house.
We want to give everybody a shout out. So go ahead and comment in, right? You're tuning in. I see you. I see your numbers right here. You're tuned in. So go ahead and put a comment and put what you're looking for. Okay, I'll give you a shout out. And then also tell us like where you're tuning in from. I'm always curious because we get our very first show. We had people in Africa,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Remember that?
They were in Lagos, Nigeria, and they
Lagos.
were in Kenya as well.
That's a big network.
Yeah, and they were like,
It is.
hey, how do we do this over here? They were literally asking us how to set up the network that we have here over there, and I'm like,
Seiko Franklin, are you listening? You're the one I'm talking about right now.
so guys, put it in the comment section. We would love to hear where you're tuning in from and what you're looking for. I see Colin Kearns, hashtag project management.
Lisa
We got
Lowry again. Lisa Lowry.
Elizabeth Danielle, technical recruiter.
Oh yeah, she's a good one too.
Cash is VP engineering. So make sure you put that in the comment section, guys. We'd love to
that's
give you a
right,
shout
Cash. You got a little position on you, don't you?
out. Christian says broken.
Christian.
What do you mean? The share button's broken? Is the share button broken, guys? Where did y'all share? Did you share it?
No,
Share-
he had a previous
No,
comment.
he had a previous
Oh.
comment.
I just wasn't reading.
David Long is with. Hey, David.
You know I can't read.
No.
It's because you're from Boston.
You know I can't read.
Boston.
That's awesome. Guys, we appreciate you so much. Thank you for tuning in with us. And I'm going to do something I haven't done in a long time.
Do it.
I'm going to give away this book. You got to stay tuned for the end of the show.
Boy.
I'm going to give away the Rehumanize Your Business
That's a good book, you guys. It really
It's
is.
a
Make you
great book.
think.
Great book. All right, guys. Welcome back to the Who You Know Job Networking Show,
That's this show. Hey, Tina
It
Wells.
is.
Hey.
where what you know is important.
But who y'all know
Right.
make all the
Makes all
difference
the
in your job
difference.
search.
Right.
Hey, guys, we have another special guest here.
We
We have
do.
Tom Hulsey. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Yes, sir.
All right. Tom, you are just a great connection that we made through Casey, right? Casey
Yes.
Hasten, VIP. And so you are doing some very positive things. Positive, right? The impact that you have through, your mental health and wellness, the coaching that you do there. You have a fantastic story and journey of your own.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about where you're coming from and kind of your experience in life and in your work here.
Well, February 24th is my birthday. And 5 years ago, on my birthday,
Happy birthday.
Oh, wow.
thank you,
Happy birthday.
same day,
November 28th, mine.
Nobody asked.
February 24th, 2015, I heard the three words you never want to hear from your doctor. I was diagnosed with cancer. And I was in it. It hit me hard. A lot of emotions. A lot of I was scared. I was overwhelmed. Frankly, I was embarrassed. People always viewed me as being Mr. Healthy and fit, and I almost felt like I was a fraud. And compounding my angst was I had just witnessed my best friend lose his life to prostate cancer.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow.
So I, again, all that together, I was in a pretty dark place, and I was a typical guy. I did not want to talk about it, which again was a lesson learned here. But I kept it inside, and I was very isolated. And that's again something like that can be overwhelming. We all have issues in life that we all have obstacles in life, and some of them are more overwhelming than others.
Yeah.
And
Seemingly insurmountable.
and we experience them on a daily basis. But I'm here to tell you that a cancer diagnosis is at the top of my list.
Sure. Now, were you working at the time, employed, or were you in your entrepreneurial role at the time?
I was working.
You were working. Okay.
I had a career in cybersecurity,
Oh.
and but things kind of changed. But because again, it definitely changed my perspective. I like to say today, in hindsight, that something like a cancer diagnosis and overcoming it, conquering it, as I like to say, gave me a wonderful perspective on life. And I am here today to talk about it. But it was all about, it all had to do with mindset. And I'd like to just kind of first start out with how does the dictionary define what mindset is?
Mm-hmm.
And a mindset is a habitual or characteristic mental attitude that determines how you will interpret and respond to situations.
Mhm.
Okay.
And my definition of a mindset, a winning mindset or a growth mindset, is persistence, overcoming fear, and being intentional.
Mm-hmm.
And I can delve more into those here in a minute. But back to a little bit more about my background, though. I kept it all inside for over a year, and
Didn't tell anybody.
I did not
really?
tell anybody because,
Right.
again, all those emotions.
Right.
But it was about 13 months after my diagnosis that my wife said, "Why don't you write a blog? If you impact one person's life in this world, just think how
There
that
it
would make
is.
you feel."
Love it.
Thank you, Miss
Hearts
Hulsey.
on that for sure.
And the first person I got a response back was from a gentleman in New Zealand.
Oh, wow.
I had given him hope and inspiration,
Mm-hmm.
and it just kind of went from there. I was getting these responses, people thanking me for sharing my story,
Mhm.
and being a man coming out there with my story was very empowering, if you will.
Took a little bit to do that.
It did.
Yeah.
It really did. Because again, as I mentioned a minute ago, men don't want to talk about
Yes, true.
health issues, and prostate cancer is
Probably the number one.
frankly it's very personal, and that's part of the reason guys don't want to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
But picture this: according to the American Cancer Society, 1 in 9 Hispanic and Caucasian men will experience prostate cancer in his lifetime.
Mm.
1 in 6 African American men will experience prostate cancer in his
Uh-oh.
lifetime. So the odds are much greater even for African American. But
Yeah.
to put those numbers in perspective, 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer in her lifetime. So the numbers are very similar. In fact, there's been a lot of headlines lately about how cancer deaths have gone down over the last few years.
Oh, good.
But prostate cancer is one of the exceptions, and it
On the
is
rise?
actually on the rise, and that's part of my awareness campaign, if you will, today. From as with any cancer, early detection,
Uh-huh.
and the PSA test, which is somewhat controversial, but it's a blood test, were the keys that saved my life. The widow of my friend who lost his life just prior to my diagnosis will tell you that he skipped a year in getting his annual physical and
1
getting
year.
that PSA check,
Man.
and that's what ultimately killed him. And
Yeah.
and witnessing,
And he was 55, right?
he was 60 when
He wasn't that guy,
60.
okay.
It was another guy there.
Yeah.
But watching him go through his 4-year battle though was just absolutely gut wrenching.
Yeah.
And that's where I was almost this time 5 years ago.
When you got that news, what stage were you in?
I was stage 2,
Stage 2.
Stage
Okay.
2.
but the cancer was contained in the prostate, which again was
A
good
blessing.
good news.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
Uh-huh.
Tom and I
Silver lining.
shared. Tom and I shared because brain aneurysm changed my whole corporate career, and it caused me, through much ado, to do what I do today. And I would not go back to the corporate career that I had before, and it was wonderful. But guys, let God guide you. Now, Tom's got a story now, and he's trying to tell you something. Keep those chins up. Don't
Mhm.
drag them.
Mhm.
100%. What was your mindset at the time that you got the news? Like, walk me through that.
Well, I have to admit, prior to my diagnosis, I had almost an invincible attitude or mindset, if you will. But when I was hit with that news, though, I have to admit, my mindset really took a hit at that point. It was more of what I would call a fixed mindset. I had gone from having a growth mindset in my entire career, my entire life, to a fixed mindset. It wasn't until one of my friends that I confided in with about my diagnosis was he took me by the shoulders and said, "Tom, you need to," knowing that I had done the Ironman numerous times. He said, you need to.
Yeah, I thought you did that. Yeah.
That's amazing.
And just to set the stage, the Ironman, for those that don't know, the Ironman is a 2.4 mile swim.
I'm out.
That's just the start.
I'm just getting started.
Right. Yeah, that's only a third of it.
Followed by a 112 mile bike ride.
Wow.
Followed by a 26.2 marathon.
Oh no.
All in one day.
All in one day.
All in one day. And that had really been really my identity. I'd been an athlete all my life, which again gave me that air of invincibility, if you will. And but that changed on that day in February of 2015.
Yeah, it's a hit.
But anyway, my friend though took me by the shoulders. He said, "You need to remember the motto of the Ironman, which is anything is possible."
Yes.
And it's all about setting goals. He had some health issues himself, and he explained to me how getting through those setting those goals helped him get through his tough times. And that's really, at that point, is when I was able to start changing my mindset. I talk about the mindset, how important that is, and that's in any aspect in your life, whether again looking for a job or any other of life challenges. There are a lot of parallels there, but in my book, though, I talk about the parallels between preparing for an Ironman and preparing for or going through my cancer journey. And the same thing goes with other aspects in your life. And I talked a minute ago about the different components of how I define that growth or winning mindset. Having the perseverance, overcoming the fear, and being intentional, and all those apply to someone looking for a job or whatever the
all
challenge
our
in
listeners,
life might be.
Well, we talk a lot about overcoming fear, in our workshop. There's a lot of fears and anxieties that job seekers are going through, and really I think mankind is going through. Really, in my opinion, fear is just the enemy's way of holding you back, from isolating you, and keeping you in a position from being who you're called to be. Right, and he uses fear as an intimidation tool, and getting out of your comfort zone, right, is what you have to do in order to grow. And like we were talking before the show, you were telling me this is uncomfortable for you, right? Just being here.
This is way out of my comfort zone. Talking to a group with the cameras and the mics on,
the camera lights,
like fishbowl.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
But again, this is way out of my comfort zone. But I'm doing it because I know that I'm positively impacting people's lives, and creating awareness for men's health issues.
Love that. You are making an impact right now. The comments are great. Carla Ford, just read hers real quick. I needed to hear this today because I was wrongfully terminated by some wicked people. If I want another job, I have to keep a great mindset.
Yes.
And a good attitude. It hurts to be terminated, especially when the people who did it are wicked and evil or wrong, right? And I have to keep a good mindset, or I'm going to stay depressed about it. You can't just wallow and dwell in that. Guys, listener audience, I want you also to realize, so I've done some sprint tries, right? Sprint triathlons, which is half of basically an Olympic triathlon. And the Ironman is 4 times an Olympic triathlon. So that is the highest level of athleticism that you can pretty much be at.
Well, I have a question about that.
I'm far from an athlete.
Right, it takes a strong mindset just to get through that, because I know as you're going through that race, your mind several times, I'm sure, has told you to quit, to stop. Like you can't go another step. What does it take to push through that and keep going?
Good question.
I like to say that the Ironman, it's a long day, and it's a metaphor for life. You've got a lot of ups and downs during that day, and there are many times where you want to just throw in the towel.
Yeah.
But again, getting through that, it's not easy. It's not for the faint of heart. And I mentioned setting goals for myself after my cancer diagnosis. And I had a short-term goal, an intermediate goal, and a long-term goal. And I had actually 2 long-term goals. One was to be able to compete in the Ironman again.
Oh yeah.
And the other one was to be around to walk my daughter down the aisle.
Oh yeah.
So-
I was going to ask you if you had kids.
So it was very, again, very, very personal, and that's part of what helped turn my mindset around after I received that diagnosis. And but we hit on it a little minute ago about overcoming fear, and that being one of the aspects of the winning mindset, if you will. And people always says, well, how do you overcome fear? And I'm not sure that you really do overcome fear, but the first step though is to acknowledge the fear.
Bingo.
You've got to acknowledge
Know what it is.
but
Yeah.
it'll paralyze you if you don't. You've got to be able to also surround yourself with like-minded people, if you will, when it comes to
Good point.
to overcoming that fear. And but again, you've got to recognize the fear, but you recognize it and move on. When I first received my diagnosis, I was just overcome with fear, and but I was able to overcome that fear, if you will.
I love what you're saying there too, because you're saying you got to acknowledge it, right? And this kind of goes to Dimitri, what you were talking about with the rubber ducky thing, right? If there's a problem,
Say it out loud.
say it out loud, address it. And a lot of times what you were talking about is your brain will come up with a solution. For every problem, there's a solution. So if you have fear, you have anxiety, right? To be able to acknowledge it, number one, understand what it is, acknowledge it, maybe write it down. Tell people that you trust and confide in to say, hey, you know what? I have a fear of this. I'm really trying to overcome it. I need accountability because I will run out the room.
If you run, it'll chase you. If you face it, it'll run from you.
I got to tell the story about Trevor. He was watching a scary movie one time when he was little.
Oh, yeah.
And he was walking down in a dark street or something like that.
Yup.
And he was feeling this, the hairs on the back of his neck standing up, and he's yelling. He's like, I know you're out there.
Yeah.
Show me yourself.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You want to know what movie that was that I was?
Simba.
No.
Wow.
No. The original It. Okay. Stephen King's It scared the crap out of me.
That scared a lot of people.
And I remember walking across the street at night to go to my buddy's house and just feeling like it was going to come out and kill me, right? And I remember being like, come out. I know you're out there.
There, you're addressing your fear.
Yeah,
you're saying it out loud.
You got it. You have to.
Say it with your chest.
Yeah. But no, to acknowledge it, like to your point, to get it out there, to let people know about it so you can have some accountability. I love that. I mean,
Tom.
And being accountable too. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, go ahead.
Being accountable is key to I talk about being intentional. When you're living intentionally, that makes you accountable, and that gives you parameters, and that's why it's so important to set goals, and you can continually reevaluate. Am I getting further, or am I getting further away from whatever the goal may be, in whatever your challenge is in life?
Mm-hmm.
Tom, I want to correlate this. What are some of the words of wisdom that you can share to job seekers right now? Like thinking about where you're coming and kind of parlaying that into somebody who might be in the job search. What are some words of wisdom that you can share with them?
I think you've got to, again, going back to the three pillars, if you will, of that mindset that I defined earlier. Perseverance is so key in all this too, and setting goals is so important in achieving that mindset, and achieving that whatever your goal may be.
Yeah,
So
if I could throw in
Yeah.
an idea. We work with a lot of transitioning career individuals, and we face a lot of fear in the program because they're trying something new and their lives are on the
Yep.
line. And we try to teach them to replace fear with curiosity. So you're afraid that you're going to write a line of code that doesn't work. You're afraid that you're going to fail an assessment. You're afraid that your application won't work. Well, replace with curiosity. What happens if I write this line of code? What happens if it breaks? What happens if I do this to try to fix it? What happens if I do this? And just that curiosity, that reframe, saying I wonder, is a productive way to channel that into an action that you can actually take. So we see that in the program every single day with that kind of learning barrier, and I imagine that's probably a bridging the gap there for job seekers and what you're talking about too.
Absolutely. When you have that, how do I say this? When you have that that fear out there. You've got to acknowledge it, and you are going to have failures, and and that's okay. Failures, you can look at that as a learning experience, but there will be failures in that during that process.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be afraid to fail.
That's right.
Exactly.
Right?
Well, failure in failure is where the lessons are. That's when you learn, how to overcome, right? You're not okay. I always point this picture. Michael Jordan was not Michael Jordan the first time he threw the basketball. Like, he was not, anytime you do something the first time, prepare to suck at it. I'm just going to say that. You're never going to be a pro the first time you do something. So, like, anytime that you have a fear and it's like, oh, I don't want to fail because I've never done this before and I don't know. Like, expect that you're not going to be great at it so that you don't have these high expectations and you have this anxiety that, oh, I have to hit this bar up here. No, it's okay to be down here. But you're going to learn every step of the way how to climb up that ladder and how to get better and better and better.
Or even down the line, once you are competent in something, many of the people in this show, it seems like, have a lot of experience. I saw a VP of engineering, and imposter syndrome comes seeping in when you're facing a transition like this, something that you didn't plan to have happen, and acknowledging that other people are having that same fear, and you're not an imposter. Nobody's going to discover you as a fraud. Just kind of still have to name it and confront it like that.
Do you
Tom,
go ahead.
Tom, today is a new vehicle for you to share your story. You've already seen evidence of it touching people's lives.
Yes.
Maybe as you continue to go forward, you'll have more of this opportunity to do this, and each time you'll get better. I can tell you, there is a reason that you have a spirit to share that story. There's a number of men out there. There are a number of men in the future are going to go through that.
My cancer journey has really created a passion in me
to
help other cancer victims and family members of cancer victims, and I really have dedicated my life to helping others through philanthropy and paying it forward, if you will. My book is a perfect example. I'm almost an accidental author, if you will, but I'm self-published. I don't have an agent. That picture on the cover was taken on a whim with my wife's cell phone camera.
Awesome.
All the promotion is via social media.
Love it.
But best of all, 100% of the net proceeds are going back to cancer research.
That's awesome.
Yep, paying it forward, giving back. So now tell me, are you back and you're working in cybersecurity as well, or are you doing this full time?
I'm doing this full time now. I serve on the boards of a couple of nonprofits. One of them is based here in Dallas, Mary Crowley Cancer Research, and we're all about, as the tagline, hope lives here, this is for all cancers, but giving cancer patients hope with clinical trials. And then I'm also on the national board for Zero, the end of prostate cancer, and we do a lot of advocacy work for creating awareness and research. And my goal is to create more of an awareness for my generation and to find a cure for future generations.
That's awesome.
I'm going to be going to Capitol Hill in a week and a half, advocating before Congress and the Senate for more cancer research funding, and it's very.
That's a drop the mic. Where's my mic over there?
Yeah, get that mic.
Pick up the mic.
Mrs.
So he can drop the
Hulsey,
mic.
we thank you for your support of this wonderful man.
I need you to just take this mic, put it in your hand, and then drop that mic. Just drop that mic.
Just drop that thing.
Boom.
All right. Capitol Hill. Are y'all ready for Mr. Hulsey?
I love
Congressman Williams from.
I love his last name.
Congressman Williams, from Austin, Texas, actually wrote a nice thing for me there on the back of the book.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Well, there was two things I wanted to mention on the mindset, right? Your mindset is a super powerful thing. Like our mind, our brain, super powerful, guys. They say we only use 10% of our brain capacity, right? And
me for sure.
I want to tell you how powerful the brain is. Has anybody ever, I know I did this when I was a kid, okay, going through school. Have you ever, faked being sick, right? Anybody ever done that? Played hooky?
Give yourself a fever. You concentrate so hard.
Seriously, that's what I'm talking about. That's how powerful the brain is. I remember faking being sick and as a kid, because I didn't want to go to school.
And then you got sick.
I got sick, literally. Yep. I mean, that's how powerful your mind is, and you can do that. And to overcome fears, we want to talk about that again real quick. To overcome fears, whatever your fears are, guys, if it's money, if it's the job, if it's your marriage, if whatever your fears and anxiety, I don't care what they are, your biggest fears, I want you to go attack them head on. Like, you need to do this, because here's what's going to happen. When you overcome, because you will, when you overcome your biggest fears, you will then be unstoppable, right? This guy, Tom, right here, he's unstoppable right now, right? He's attacking his fears. He's coming out here. He's doing amazing things. He's unstoppable because he's overcome his biggest challenges, his biggest fears. Does that make sense?
Yep.
I want to help us out. Well, my dad was a pastor, so I want to help out. So a man thinketh, so is he, and speak those things that are not as though they are. There's a reason why God said that. Think about it. I'll leave that alone. I'll leave you with that.
For those of you that are in career transition, read Tom's book, connect with Tom, listen to his story. I'm sure he has a lot more, and I know we're getting down to time, but Tom, I just want to comment that, kudos to you. I mean, you not only went through one of the worst imaginable pieces of news that you can get, right, and experiences, just so frightening and scary, right? But you not only persevered, you built your own business in the midst of that, right?
Champion. That's the word that comes to mind. Champion.
Oh, man.
All together.
Thoroughbred champion.
Yeah,
for sure.
champion, man.
And let me tell you, you are an inspiration to these folks and the comments and the viewers and the listeners, right? You guys can do it. You're in a job transition, but it could always be worse.
Well,
right?
and you're gonna cross that finish line, guys. What I want to give you right now, the inspiration, the word I want to give you are going to cross that finish line. You are gonna land your next job. You will. It's a matter of time. You may stumble, you may fall, you may trip on that path, but you are going to land your next job. I don't care how long it takes.
Yep.
Just know that you're going to cross that finish line.
You'll see. Remember what Trevor told you, when that job comes and you say yes.
Yes. All right.
And mindset is key to all that.
It is. It's a whole thing, actually.
For
life.
Real quick, what are some things that maybe you did? Some like I tell our audience all the time, like, wake up early in the morning. Have a prayer journal is something that I do that helps me get the right mindset. Inspirational videos, music, reading something positive. Like, what are some things that you did that kind of helped you build a routine of positivity for your mindset?
Well, it goes back to being intentional and living a healthy lifestyle is intentional. In fact, it's very hard in our society to really live what I call a healthy lifestyle. I have some interesting quotes in my book, but one of the things I do every day is I get up at 4:30. The alarm goes off at 4:30, and I go for a workout. And to me, there's not a better way to start the day. Get your batteries charged.
Yeah.
Get the endorphins going.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my cup of coffee each morning. So
that's your thinking power too, man. I tell you what, in that first hour of the morning, your brain is so sharp, right? And so for you to really kickstart it with fitness, man, I bet you have some great ideas while you're working out. You have to.
Yep.
Yeah, you got to train your brain that way.
The Army, Foster, you may remember this. The Army had an old slogan that we get more done before 9 a.m.
Before 9 a.m.
than most people do all day.
Yeah, love that.
And my dad was Army. My dad was 3rd Army. He served under General Patton.
Really?
I didn't get none of that. Well, I can't get up. I can barely get to my 9 o'clock meeting.
Wow.
Are you a veteran, Tom?
I am not.
You're not a veteran. Okay.
My son is, though.
Your son is.
Oh, awesome.
Great. Good on him. You guys, you need to connect with Tom. Connect with Dimitri here. They are great resources here in the network, and I can tell that you guys are going to do great things.
Yeah, thank you so much for being with us today, guys. We really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, this is a good show. Everybody's saying it's a good show. You guys are right. It is. It was an awesome show today.
Before we go, guys, we want to check in with our audience again. We appreciate you, so we want to give you a quick shout-out before we head out for the day. Shout-out before we head out. You like that?
There we go.
Yeah, Smart Pack.
It's
Okay.
Smart Pack. Yeah.
Smart Pack.
Bum.
All right.
Ba-bum-bum.
So Tammy, good to see you here with us still. She watched the whole episode. I love that. Tammy,
Thanks,
thank
Tammy.
you.
Lisa White's on there too.
Like,
Hey, Lisa.
We're not that bad, I guess, for you to watch the whole thing. Appreciate you. Carla, good to see you here with us. Mike Ray, Michelle Jones. Let's see, we got more coming in.
Douglas Dye.
Kim Williams.
Kim Williams. What's up, Kim?
Oh, hey,
I just saw you.
Carla Ford asked if you could give the definition of winning mindset again. Mindset,
I think you read it.
right? Yeah, I think you had read it at the beginning.
You mean the dictionary definition?
Yeah.
Let's see.
I think you had led off with that. Yeah.
A habitual.
Here you go.
or-
Make sure you get the mic. There you go.
A habitual or characteristic mental attitude that determines how you will interpret and respond to situations.
There you go.
Love it. There you
There you
go.
go. Carla.
Habitual.
Winning.
Oh, hey, another quick announcement before we go is because I got Chuck online with us. Let's see if I can pull this up here.
Chuck Vanderweel.
Yeah.
ABT.
Yeah,
P,
February
I think.
25th, we got the A, B, C, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. I
Wow.
skipped a letter. I don't know which one I skipped. Can y'all tell me which one I skipped? But we've got the meeting coming up.
I got it right here. ABTP and BTNG.
We got the A, B, T, P to the B, T,
I knew
N,
that
G.
was coming.
Yeah. No, we got this meeting
Is that
coming up.
ludicrous too, right there?
Yeah, that was
A, B,
no, that
T.
was a
P and BTN.
G. Yeah, wow. Okay,
Oh,
so we
wow.
got this meeting coming up
trying.
February 25th. Guys, you could register for that because we're going to be teaching the Rehumanize Your Job Search process over there. So we're super excited to come kick it with you. Chuck, we're excited about that. And I know we've got a call tomorrow, I think. We're going to chat a little bit more about
Chuck
something.
said he's joining Iron Man.
Is he?
That's what he said.
Oh,
Ooh.
wow.
Chuck, that's a tall order.
You're
there,
going to
baby.
need some mindset for that, boy. So come get this book.
Yeah.
Come get that book, okay? Guys, we love you. We appreciate you so much.
We
remember,
do appreciate you guys.
Remember
yes.
to hit that share button on your way out, okay? On your way out, as you're checking out, hit that share button. We appreciate you.
And if you missed the show, if your friends missed the show, remember you can pick it up on YouTube later on, y'all.
And you can tag people.
And if you're sharing
And
and tagging,
tag.
you might as well jump on over to YouTube and subscribe to our channel.
Yeah, subscribe to
The
our
Who
YouTube
You
channel,
Know
y'all.
Job Network
Mark.
and Show.
Oh, we got some
You
new
earn
people.
your paycheck today,
Lisa
B.
White, good to see you. Lauren Barnes, hey, how are you? All right, guys, we're out. That's our show.
That is it.
It's all about
Who
ya
ya know.
Mic
Bye-bye.
drop.